Hello, hello, hello. There we go, that's better. All right, hi, here we go. Little conversation of flow. I'm self-conscious about this big plant pot that's sitting there empty, just looking purposeless. I'm sure we can all move past it. Oh, I'm gonna remember to actually move that thing because I notice it every time that I sit in this corner of the warehouse and go live and then realize afterwards. We are going to have a little conversation, a little chat, a little drop in today around resilience, around staying the course to be who you're meant to be, and just really understanding how to back yourself, regardless what might be going on in your emotions, regardless what might be going on in the practicalities of your business, your money, your personal life, any of it. As entrepreneurs, as leaders, as creative geniuses, and yes, indeed we are, then we need to be able to show up from a place of understanding. Now listen to this, it's getting good, it's getting gold from the get-go. We need to be able to understand how to show up from a place of knowing that we already are equipped to do so. Knowing that we already are equipped to do so. So it's never true, it's not true. It's completely inaccurate, despite what your mind may tell you, that you are not able to show up fully for your message, for your business, for the sales that you need to be doing, to be the version of you who you ultimately know you're meant to become. None of it. What's actually going on and what people are listening to and what you might be listening to currently, like day to day in how you show up or don't show up, is head-based stuff that's often impacted through fear, doubt, uncertainty, worries about what other people think, judgment, self-consciousness, self-judgment, you name it, and making that more real than what you are making real, the truth that's coming through your spirit. The knowledge, the certainty, the confidence, the wisdom, the creative flow, the messaging clarity, you name it, that is actually there to be accessed anytime. And so usually when I start a live, I'm like in the rambles a bit at the start, but we're just on today, aren't we? Maybe because I've already been doing a few things, talking and so on. So I want you to think about right now what would be different, like even over the next 30 days, what would be different in your business and potentially in your finances as a result of that, and of course in your, like the effectiveness of you impacting people and serving in the way that you're meant to through your work, if you made it a decision and a choice that you're already equipped to show up as the version of you who you one day dream of being. Now, this is not just about the day-to-day flow of what you might be doing, like your content, your social media, your marketing, your sales, your launching, etc. It's not just about that and kind of like staying the course, moving through inconsistency, putting aside self-consciousness, doubt and whatnot, and just boom, being the person regardless. It's also about the fact that you can be that girl, that woman, that entrepreneur, that creator who is showing up consistently and who's got results to show for it as well. And then it's business, right? The life of an entrepreneur is not like this. And God forbid, because we'd all just fall asleep bored in our morning soup. Who drinks morning soup? That's not even a thing. I don't even know what comes out of my mouth some of the time. Does anyone drink morning soup? So you got to remember, A, you didn't come here from like medium in anything, including the, I guess, kind of like experience of being alive. You'd get bored to tears if it was always just a steady frequency. It wouldn't activate the things that need to be activated through you creatively and otherwise. And also, that's not how it works. A, as a human, B, as an entrepreneur, C, in particular, as a highly creative entrepreneur who did not come here to fit into some kind of this is what's popular and trending right now on the internet box, and actually, frankly, my dear, does not care if all of the rules of marketing, sales, growth, etc., empire building say that you got to do exactly this, this, and this, and this, and this in this exact way. And if you're like, we don't care, because if our soul, our truth, our spirit is not cool with that, if our spirit is not true with that, soul less so, spirit more so, then something within us, well, that true part of who we are is going to be saying to us, no, I don't want to. Firstly, and secondly, I don't think I should have to, because I think that there's a different way, a true way, a flow way, a me way. And so I'm kind of throwing a few different things at you all over the place here. You might notice that little comment that just dropped. Rich Hot Empire is open, 6 weeks one-on-one with me. 2023 intake is open right now. It is the first time in 2023, and there will likely be one more time, which will be towards the end of the year. So usually we do Rich Hot Empire, which is my famous since 2016, most transformative 6-week one-on-one container. It's fully private with me, usually once or twice a year. I never predate when I'm gonna do these. I don't know, it's just shown to me, yeah? So message me on your favorite platform, send me a private message. I will be personally answering these because it's a personal conversation for private mentoring. If you would like to know the details and of course the cost of Rich Hot Empire and what it would mean for you and your business to work with me personally for 6 weeks. I'll tell you what it will mean is we're gonna grow your soulmate audience, create and launch your low through to high-end empire and set up multiple recurring streams of income to take you to multi-7 figures and beyond on your terms, doing what you love, doing what you're made for. Absolutely no concerning ourselves with what everyone is saying needs to be working, because who knows that I've produced tens of millions of dollars online by not concerning myself with what anyone says I have to do, and in fact saying, I don't think so. I think that no matter how much you know, or no matter how many cool things you've created, you are not me, and I know better than me what is right for me. And I, as a mentor, coach, leader, messenger, person speaking to you here, definitely know what it looks like, feels like, smells like, needs to move like for the purpose-driven, spirit-led creator who is here to do work into the world that absolutely should produce the millions of dollars and beyond, who is here to have a big platform and a big impact, and who is here to do it from a place that is continually, daily evolving, flowing, and being shown to them, not from a place of figuring out the latest step-by-step, template on the internet and then implementing it. God forbid, right? So that's just a little something about that. So you can send me a message about that and I'll reply to you afterwards. But the thing that I was starting to get at there is it's not just about the showing up, that we need to be remembering who we are and remembering that no matter what our head might, in its yippity way at times, have to say about it, no matter what fear might have to say, self-doubt, uncertainty, I don't know how, or blah, 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 do you really think you're good enough? Do you really think you're not even clear, you're not even sure, people are gonna think this or that? No matter what, our spirit is equipped and able to access what is required for you to show up and do the job of being you as that leader, messenger, entrepreneur, creator, etc. Actually, this is true in every area of your life. I'm just speaking relevant to entrepreneurialism, business, creativity, creative flow right now. And so that's relevant on the day-to-day, yeah? Because I've been doing this stuff for 17 years. As I said, my business has made tens of millions of dollars from me just showing up and sharing and pouring forth. I am probably the most prolific creator on the internet, truly, in terms of, that probably sounds audacious to anyone who's like, I don't even know who you are. It's a true thing. Anyone would say so. All of the greats of online do say so. I just love creating, so I pour it forth. And yet though, and it's easy because I'm not filtering, editing, or judging myself, and yet I can still have times where I question, doubt, am not sure, feel like what I'm saying is stupid, definitely feel like it's repetitive, because it is, because it's my message. And I learned a long time ago, that's not relevant right now, Kat. Right now you're taking the stage, whether it's a blog post, an Instagram story, a live stream like this, or whatever it might be, or an entire offer that feels too audacious to put out there, but yet I know in my truest part of who I am that it's right. Why don't you create a discipline of putting aside stuff that is not coming from that true you and operating from that place? That's a discipline, it's a practice, it actually becomes a habit and a way of life. And the thing is, you're going to need this, and you do need this, and you should be drawing on this day to day already. And if you're not, then I'm guessing that what you're doing as an entrepreneur is a whole lot of work and pushing and uphill and endlessness and trying to figure out the latest thing that apparently you should be doing. And I'm guessing that all that effort and just pouring out of you is not actually paying off in the way that you've dreamed of and that you're trying to hold on to a dream of, but questioning and wondering whether it is a real dream because you are putting in so much and you have put in so much. And so shouldn't it be somewhere different, more expensive, more flow, more free by now? You know already without me telling you that your resilience in this area is not something that you need to, you know this. Now listen to me, you know that it's not something you need to go out and get, that it's something you actually choose, and you start to recognize that it's already available to you to draw on. And yes, it will be built over time as you say yes to the thing that's already inside of you, which is that there is a core part of you, the spirit part of you, who already knows how to show up, do the damn thing no matter what. Why? Because her faith or his faith is actually on some level higher and more like anchored in to the fact that this vision is happening. This vision is what is going to occur. This is not if, but, or maybe. This is what has been chosen. This is what has been decreed. This is what's written. And the question is, are you living from that, choosing that, reminding yourself of that daily, or are you living from fear, reactivity, doubt, uncertainty, and I'm not clear, so therefore I don't have anything to say, even though if I would just start saying things, then I would be clear. Yeah? And I don't even know if this is more relevant like in the day-to-day of business and life, or it's more relevant when things feel like they go pear-shaped, and maybe, as I was saying earlier, you've already got plenty of stuff in place and it's been flowing and going, and then all of a sudden it seems like things are going downhill, or you're just not feeling it right now for some reason, or in a stuck pattern or whatever it might be. It's definitely relevant there, because you've got to be able to pull yourself back. That's what this conversation is really about. You've got to be able to pull yourself back and take a little moment to check in and go, hang on, what is actual truth here? Yes, I see that the sky is falling. Yes, I see that things aren't selling or going or flowing the way that I wanted them to, or that they were previously, or that I hoped they would. I see that this and this and this other thing is going on, and now this happened as well in my life. Oh my gosh. Am I even on the right path? Should I stop? Should I go do something else? Do I even want to be here? What if I never have any mojo again? Oh my goodness, I've had those moments so many times, feeling like, have I lost it? I just don't know if I feel it anymore. And look, there's a time and a place through various back and forths of business where it's definitely a time to withdraw, retreat, rest, recuperate, rejuvenate, recover, heal, repair, whatever, or just go take a freaking nap. But I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about when deep in you, you know that right now you need to pick up, stand up, get up, and show up from a place of knowing who you are on that deeper level, that true level, and that there's a part of you where she actually does know how to bring it, how to keep going. Not because we're here to butt our heads against walls till we get through them. No way, not at all. But because we understand that what we see is just one thing, and that what we will see is going to be a product of what we believe and expect to see, and what we hold true to, and what we are unshakable on. And so the more we feel like we're off track, or that things are falling apart, or it's just difficult, the more we get to then consciously choose to anchor in to that side of who we are and go, you know what? This vision is still true. That didn't change. It didn't change because it didn't work at first. It didn't change because various things got thrown at you. It didn't change because you didn't get the engagement you want. It didn't change because you didn't get the sales you want. It didn't change because you're questioning or doubting whether the sky is even blue and everything else in between. If it's still true, then what are you going to do? That's what being an entrepreneur is about. That's what resilience is about. That's what tenacity is about. That's what being faith-led is about, actually. The Bible says, I think in Hebrews 11 verse 1, that faith is the evidence, it's definitely in Hebrews, I think it's 11 verse 1. Faith is the evidence of things not seen, the substance of things not known. And I love this because it's that reminder that it's not what we see in front of us, but that it's what's been said, believed, chosen, written, decreed, etc. And I actually really love how this scripture says faith is the evidence. Like your faith is your evidence, and it says faith is the substance. So your faith is your evidence and it's your substance. So what that is saying, and these principles apply regardless to your belief, because you just go talk to any personal development guru out there and they're teaching principles that are biblically based, although sometimes they're getting them very counterfeited and mixed up and confused. But everyone knows this principle. It's a simple principle, right? You need to start to choose it anyway. You need to see beyond what you think you see in front of you. But think about what that's saying, right? So, well, this is a great question. How do you increase your faith? I'll answer that in a moment. Thank you for the question. So what was I saying? I love how it says faith is the evidence and it's the substance. So it's literally your faith is your evidence. Do you want evidence that your business is going to blow up, grow up, flow up? I like to be poetic, to where it's meant to go. Would you like who would not want proof, right? Imagine somebody walked in the door right now and is like, I'm here to give you proof, or I'm here to tell you how to access proof, how to get proof that your dreams and visions are going to occur and going to become real. You will write that book. You will impact those people. You will launch that podcast. It's going to be wildly crazy successful. People will talk about it all over the world. You are going to have those superstar clients. You are going to impact and serve in that way. You're going to make that money. You're going to have that relationship. Your kids are going to, walk this, incredible online purpose path in their lives, and on and on and on. It sounds like a made up, almost like somebody trying to sell you something that's not real. Well, the proof is there. The proof is your faith. Faith is the evidence. Faith is the evidence. Your faith is the evidence. So somebody asked, how do you increase faith? Which is an important question, because if you don't have faith, you don't have evidence, and you're also not empowered to take action that's going to be whatever your part is. But honestly, like the action and the whatever you do bit through any period of your business or life, it's like whatever you're guided to do. But the reason it came to life is not what you did, it's your action. What you did is a flow on from the fact that you believed and you were led and guided correctly, and you followed that correct, true guidance, which I would call God guidance, just to be clear. And so not only is faith the evidence though, but it's the substance. Oh my gosh, I got so excited about this the other day when I was thinking about it. Substance means like matter, right? Like material, like the substance here in the throw blanket. It has a substance to it. We can see that. It's real. The Bible says faith is the substance of things you haven't seen. So to me, I take that as, therefore, where my dreams and visions exist, where they are already real, they have matter, like there's a material aspect to them, they have matter, they have substance, is in my faith. So they're already real and they already exist. I just didn't see it here physically. I mean, I told this stuff for years before I was quoting scriptures to teach it, right? That it already exists. We're just choosing or not choosing whether it comes through into the physical realm. That's biblically backed. But like I said, anyone that's teaching, anything that's essentially a counterfeit version of what's in the Bible is teaching these principles, because the principles are going to work regardless of your beliefs. A spiritual or a supernatural or a physical principle is a principle. It's going to work regardless of your beliefs. Substance. The substance of your dreams, meaning that they're already real, they already exist. It's already present. It's already there. Just not here in this realm, but it's there. It exists, is in your faith. That's where it exists. And so it will start to show up in the physical as and when it's meant to. And all you got to do is have that faith and believe. And then faith has a voice. Faith has action attached to it. Faith without action is dead. It's not alive. So alive faith, which is real faith, has a voice. It says or does something. Yeah? But not whatever it is that whoever's trending as God on the internet right now is telling you that you should have to do. It's definitely not that. You can just be sure about that. Don't believe me, just be sure, because listen to your spirit. And if you have peace about something, then it's for you. And if you don't, because you feel like you want to poke your own eyeballs out at the idea of following that marketing process over there or doing that thing over there, then that's how you know it's not for you. There's nothing else you need to know. Don't go through the funnel. Don't start reading reviews. Don't start questioning 100 different people who are probably not being led from the right place anyway and who are definitely not you. Is it right? You can sense that. Start sensing. Be in the practice of sensing. Yes? That's what we need to be doing. And reminding ourselves that it doesn't matter. When everything's falling apart in the physical, or it's just not showing up, or it's feeling endless, or it just feels like you're doing what you feel led to do and what's true for you to do, but when is it turning into the millions of dollars or the people impacted or the massive change in your life, you got to realize you don't even know what's going on in the supernatural realm right now. You don't even know what's being adjusted and rearranged right now because of your faith and your choice to keep moving forward in that faith. How do we increase faith? I feel like that could be a topic for a whole nother live stream. That's a great question. But just really quickly, it's partly choice. It's partly asking for help and assistance to do that, which I do ask that daily of God and the Holy Spirit. It's partly also, though, if there's trust issues and your faith and your trust has been broken, either you feel that your faith and trust has been broken by God or by other people or yourself or whatever, then there needs some healing and repair occurring there. And so how do you trust, like, so let's say you don't trust God. Let's say you don't trust God, or you don't trust business, or you don't trust yourself, or you don't trust lots of stuff, or lots of things, or lots of people, or God and everyone else, right? Then how would I come to trust somebody if it was a human person? How would I come to trust somebody again if I didn't trust them for some reason? Whether because I don't know them yet, maybe I don't trust them because I don't know them. I mean, honestly, like if I don't know someone, I will have a pretty good take on trust just from the energetics of it, obviously. But how do you trust a person that you don't know, and you don't know to trust them because you don't know, or a person that you feel, that they've broken your trust, or your trust has been broken in some way relevant to that person or that relationship? Get to know them. I just gave you the answer in the question. If I don't trust someone I don't know, I'm going to trust them if it's true for me to trust them, as I get to know them, yeah? If somebody had broken my trust, or my trust had been broken in a particular relationship in my life, and I fundamentally beyond or beneath that, like in my spirit, felt that it was correct and true for me to be trusting that person again, but I felt like I didn't know how, and my faith was shaky, my trust was shaky or weak or just not present, or my head was like, I don't think it's possible, then the only way that I could trust and build my faith in that person, and so this is the answer for God as well, is get to know them. Get to know God. Because if you start to get to know God, you'll have no question but that you will trust him. And if you start to get to know the principles of how life works, you will build your faith in that area as well. Supernatural principles, spiritual principles, physical principles as well. So it's a lack of knowledge and closeness and intimacy with that person or in that area, etc. And of course, it also, there's sometimes just like healing, time, recovery, repair from various things as well. But all of that needs to be wrapped up in a decision that you made for your faith to build. It's not going to happen if you didn't decide that that's what you're going to commit to now. All right, I'm going to jump off. Thank you so much for being here on this little live stream. Please subscribe, follow first, ring bells, put notifications on, do whatever you need to do depending on which platform you're on so that you get notified right away when I go live, which I do on various platforms a couple times a week. I love to go live here on YouTube, love to go live on Insta, Facebook, you name it, right? So I'm just pop up where I pop up. But I love questions as well. And I love that question. I feel like maybe I'll do a reel or something about that, which you could go follow my Katrina Ruth Ministries page on Instagram and my normal Katrina Ruth one as well, because I'll probably put that reel on the ministries one, but that could be a whole live stream for sure. So if you want to drop me a comment about an upcoming topic you'd like me to talk about, then go ahead and do that. Or if there was one particular takeaway that spoke to you, I would love to know. Now, I want to remind you that Rich Hot Empire is open right now. This is 6 weeks one-on-one with me. It's 2023 intake just opened. Places are limited because it's fully private. It will change your life. You will see more shift be created, activated, adjusted, put into place in your business in that 6 weeks with me than what you have in 1 or even 2 years previous. That's not me talking. That is literally dozens, like over 100 of my past Rich Hot Empire alumni clients who have said that exact thing. Like people just started saying it to me all the time. And even years later, they say that. And years later, because I've been running Rich Hot Empire since 2016, years later, people tell me it was Rich Hot Empire that changed it all for me. I've had people come in making no money and then have 20K months, and then within a year, they're on 7 figures, multi-7 figures. That's an awesome example. I've also had people come in where basically their entire life got blown up in a blender because everything was wildly out of alignment and they weren't being who they were meant to be at all. And so we sorted that out, and then money can follow that, and does and did. So I'm just saying, it's going to align you to who you're meant to be. So Rich Hot Empire is very on the business and entrepreneur side. It is about your Rich Hot Empire. That's what it's about. It's work with me for 6 weeks to blow up your soulmate audience, create your low through to high end empire. So I've made tens of millions of dollars on the internet, selling super low all the way through to high end. I've been doing this 17 years online. I've coached the best of the best in the entire world. That's what I'm known for. My clients are the leaders, the revolutionaries, the game changers, the ones that people look at and go, how could she be like that? Well, because she decided to unapologetically back herself. That's in you as well. That's really what Rich Hot Empire is about. It's about me working with you, to you, at you, and sharing what I'm here to share through me, into and through you, such that you just start to show up as that version of you. And then Rich Hot Empire has a structure to it, which is the OG Rich Hot Empire since 2016. So we're working that course content alongside the 6 weeks one-on-one with me, which is unlimited access. We talk all the time. That's how I flow with all my clients. And then alongside additional that, you'll go into a private mastermind with my other Rich Hot Empire clients, and we do weekly live hot seat and trainings and just extra, and it's freaking phenomenal. I always go a little over the 6 weeks as well and give extra time. So we're working on what needs to move, be in place, be addressed in your business. You could be just starting out, you could be already making a ton of money. It's about who you are as a person, and it's adapted to who you are, not where you're at. So probably 30 to 40% of Rich Hot Empire clients are very early on, even just starting out in their business. And then I have clients do Rich Hot Empire who are already in some cases making tens of thousands of dollars a month, or I've even had several people who are already doing over 500K and over $1 million a year go through Rich Hot Empire and tell me, oh my gosh, like why was I not doing that? And just blow it from where they're at. So it's wherever you're at, wherever you're at, wherever you're at. And what needs to be put into place physically, practically, is going to be put in place so freaking fast with such ease and flow that you have no idea, like your head is spinning. You have the best time ever. Also, usually people lose weight, their relationships improve, their whole life just glows up because you're saying yes to being you. So that's normal. I'm not teaching on any of that. It's just a normal follow on from alignment. Yeah. And then obviously we're doing a lot of identity stuff, a lot of the energetic side of things, a lot of mindset. You just come into my space, you're going to start showing up as who you're meant to be. As a private client, that's like impossible for it not to. I mean, it happens in anything that I do, but private particularly. So any questions at all, any doubts or uncertainties, send me a message, a DM on Instagram or Facebook, and you and I will talk about that. I will send you a detailed, comprehensive overview, explains it all. And obviously we can talk costs, but we're really going to talk, first and foremost about who you are, where you're at now, what you want, where you want to be, and what's calling you or maybe scaring you, but you still know you need to message. Have an amazing rest of the day or evening, wherever you are in